It's 1000 hours, as we must note the total solar eclipse over Trex City around Trex 8 may be between 801 to 802 sign and 802 to 805 deci, around 1515.
Claw, it to occur at 1515, 802 deci, 801 sign. 80.1 EMT in 1912 TRX, 802 kilotrokants.
I must note this to be dubbed as Kanborunion Eclipse Day, as I got in touch with Corey eCryptor of RDK gone in Kanbordee City. Anyhow, as I check reminders, it's not only the event for today, as I must note, at top of Trexie 8, at 1512. To be some esports, as the series shifts much closer to home after ESN gets defeated by ASN in Altronic City's DGtron to be held same time, 24 hours apart at top of Trexie 8, just 3 minutes prior to other event, at 1515. This is match 2 to be held at DG Square Elitosat in Elite City, Elitopia, as the watch party was originally to be held at DG Trex here in Trex City, Trexland. It now becomes an Eclipse watch party at the venue as with Trex Arena and Trex Stadium with music from Rock 96. This forces Trex City Trexies to go on tour, as I heard from them. I gonna print off the schedule of the 2 events for today. As for you Claw, go head to the printer to retrieve the page, as it's already sent to the printer, as it has printed off 1 page just now.
Yes, as I to make photocopies of it, as we had to set DVR at the RDK Trex Tower to Trex Vision 4. Also the DVR at our house to Breeze Vision 5. Also at Zine Z Kircher's house in Elite City to RDK TV. With DVR at Sean and Robert Zilostars room in ELC to RDK TV, and Daniel S. Cryptor and Matthew Zarakan's DVR to Elito News 24 Deck Mill.
I do note, anyhow, Daniel Z. Cryptor, why Elito News 24 Deck Mill. This being Elite City feed on Type Alpha?
Correct, Rex Z Cryptor, Trexer. Anyhow, it have multi-tuner as second DVR is tuned to Trex Vision 4, as I check Trex Vision 4 site, www.trexvision4.trex, under news section, mentions on the eclipse, for some reason, the news alert banner on the site header. This is I also heard the report on the radio at 100.70 FM on the radio, as you too must pay attention to the host on the radio.
This must be Trex City Trexies. Chris, we must pay attention.
Okay, Trexer.
This is the subject is being mentioned on radio now.
I am Raymond Blake from Elito GRESP Studios once again. This is the esports match to begin at 3:12 PM Elite City, also Trex City. As we learn in the past moment, Trex City Trexies are visiting DG Square Elitosat in Elite City, Elitopia, as they depart Trex City, Trexland since 8 o'clock this morning. At start of Choi 50 and Trexie 5, 1200 TRX and 500 kilotrokants. They to spectate the Elite City Sentinels and Altronic City Sentinels esports match this afternoon.
This is I was unaware they visit Elite City, as I thought they go across Trexland. My phone is ringing, brother Matthew? Did he already note the subject on the radio as well on Elito GRESP, or Breeze Radio or Trex Radio? Hello, Daniel Z. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar and R8664 Studios. Did you heard the report on the radio regarding TCT?
Yes, as I heard it be a report on radio on Breeze Radio 100/55. I am near Trex GR Corner. I am with the Trex friends, slackers and Trex tuners, as we are in our cars.
This is I must note. The Trex friends also heard of it as well, as with the slackers, as they were previously to depart for Eclipse viewing party outside Trex City, then a cruise.
This is one of the slackers, has called the RDK Trex Tower as I to answer, as the telephone line is connected to computer via modem, in which also receives fax, in which auto sends to the printer. Hello. Trexer here, Robert Bloxizion, what is up? Trexer, go put Matthew Zarakan into a 3-way call with me, you, and him. Okay.
I heard what he said via computer speakers, as I to reroute you to the other line as per Robert Bloxizion's request for 3-way call.
Okay. This is for you Trexer, Chris and Daniel. You should note the cars your cousins have revived.
This as they have since heard the report on radio, as thanks to the announcement, we are heading to Elite City, however after we wait for you.
In that case, We are also considering trip as we also to check out the cars the Zilostars obtained as we to see you at TrexGR corner soon.
This is we to see you before half past. Goodbye. This is for you Chris and Daniel, we must get ready for a day trip. This is we must. Whoa. I do not expect ZenZCryptor to be starting video call with me, as I must answer it immediately. Hello. Trexer here, what is up, Zen?
Trexer, Chris, and Daniel, I need you to head to RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ in Elite City, ElitoMewa at the soonest possible as it's important concerning the Sentinels-Duel match at 15:12 and the total solar eclipse at 15:15. However first, prior to it, as I heard from cousin Tiffany ZCryptor. She also needs you to meet at TrexGR corner parking lot as she and the two others to explain further word as you must head to the area immediately then head to Elite City shortly after.
Okay, Zen, as for you Chris and Daniel, we must head to our cars as our collegius has finished packing up our cars as you give out the paper that was printed to the staff member to be photocopied.
Yes, as I to give the sheet to fellow at ground floor.
Alright, as for you Mark GT Cryptor and Corey MX Cryptor, you take over for us for the day until we head back tonight. In an event of emergency, your first priority is me, then Claw and Daniel, then ZenZCryptor, then RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ reroute to head leader Ryan M. Cryptor. If the Trex siren and Trex alarm sounds, inform me and ZenZCryptor immediately.
Okay, ZenZCryptor, Trexer, have a nice trip. We to call you after 1500.
This for follow-up or reminder.
Yes, Trexer also summary of happenings for the day and reminder for evening and tomorrow. We will message you if there are important and non-urgent events.
This is we to call you for important and urgent events.
Okay.
Trexer, Chris and Daniel, the stuff is packed up, as I to obtain the paper as it must be concerning two events for today, is it right?
Yes, Chris XC Cryptor have the paper as he to give it to you.
This is I to give it to you. Alex HX Cryptor, go make photocopies of it ASAP.
I must read what's on it first. Solar eclipse at 15:15, esports in Elite City at 15:12 as I to make photocopies of it as I to use your computer. Trexer to scan and then send it via fax to the main HQ in Elite City. Also the Alftronic Bureau in Alftronic City as one of the esports team is based in Alftronic City as I to page Stefan AT Cryptor of this also.
Please do, like ASAP, as we to be departing imminently.
Yes, as I Steve GR Cryptor and Daniel XE Cryptor already know of two events at 15:12 and 15:15. You go meet the fellows at TrexGR corner right away. They are waiting for you.
Yes, Steve as I Daniel must note, as for you Trexer, Chris and Daniel, go head to your cars right away as they are ready. Don't forget your seatbelt, and key fob also your phones, tablets and such, and once you head to Elite City, report to the main HQ at Elitotronic Street at Elito Square for registration.
Alright, as for you Chris, go put on your helmet and pads and strap your harness on. You ready?
Yes.
Same as I, go take off at your discretion, Trexer.
Okay, follow the RDK Trex mobile in single file. Andrew, the car is 5 years old. Hope you modernize the car from 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24 and restore it to working condition.
Yes, Trexer, as I got this from what used to be a SHA-08's place next to his computer core and which was powered down in the past couple months, as I spent weeks restoring this, and swapping and replacing the engine, electric motors, transmission, drivetrain, hybrid battery and turbochargers and such. That car was left vacant since 2019, EY1019, TX.Y19.
I do note the R-cart beside but now bigger and seat 2.
Yes, Trexer, as I obtain it as it survived the riots, blasts and destruction of Cryptor City and Crypsation in Boxing Day, 2023, as I obtained it after New Year's and restore even modified it to become the Trex Roadster. This is, you should note, the passenger to be my friend, in which used to be part of RDK 3000 TriStar Zwinky unit until 2016, in which was prior as RDK 3000 Zwinky and Team Elite Zwinky, as he was focused on event in 2014, EY1014, TX.Y14.
Yes, as I did introduce myself. I am Robert Zwinkblottrex, as I did tell you event soon, but Tiffany have some words in the van.
Okay, as for you, Tiffany, Zen said you want to speak to me.
Yes, however first, we must note this van, as I obtained this from Spark City from 2016, EY1016, TX.Y16 as we restored the Zapax estate van as I to be driving this for cargo and passengers. Now for you, Trexer, the trip to Elite City, Elitopia is confirmed, as you must have your passport and pass cards at deck, and documents, as we to be visiting for the day, and return to Trex City late tonight, as we learn. Trex City Trexies to be competed against Elite City Sentinels in the match late in the week as we to head back. This as there's a gaming convention late this week in Elite City, Elitopia with the Trex City counterpart toward mid-May 2024, in which is 10th anniversary of subject Robert to explain. This as I also Andrew to be driving off to park closest to the streets.
Robert?
Oh yes, you must have heard the event in the past 10 years in May 2014. This is there was event I also fellow in which he's Matt Z Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar residing in Elite City. As I am his cousin, this is it was Zwinky Prom 2014. Being named Sweet Star Soiree as we to meet with Matt once we head to Elite City to explain more, as the 10th anniversary is in May 2024. As I reside in early years in Zwinktopia, then moved to Cryptor City in 2016, then moved to Trex City just last year. This is there's a prom event here in Trex City being Trex Prom 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24 at end of April, at eve of Happy New Trex Trimester of Bravo-Trexmester of Trex Year TX.Y24, starting on Alpha Quad Trex 30th or April 29.
Oh my god. Decida Octa is Izenda, Alpha Quadrax 30th, Trex Year TX.Y24. Monday, April 29, 2024 and TrexRace Delta 28th, Elite Year EY1024 and Tronic Diamond Year TDE 2001, Elite Day / Solar Day 119 on Viatrokant 100,048 Thursday Day 1,484 Myatrokants TDCX.
Yes, as the Elitopian counterpart rumored to kick off on eve of Niatrokant 1000.5.
Robert, be advised, that is not yet official regarding prom event in Elite City is for you, Trexer. Chris needs you to head back to your car.
Now we must wait for the Trex friends as they need to get something for early lunch.
Yes, also the Slackers and Trex Tuners.
Robert, we must listen to music on the Trex Roadster via car radio while we wait. Oh my god, Trexer! You love Scooby-Doo, as you should check out the mystery machine going by in Trex City.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. Scooby, Daphne, Shaggy, Fred and Velma visiting Trex City, as I wonder if there's some ghouls to be captured within Trex City Metro, as I do note one haunted house southwest of Trex City, Trex Land next to Elito Castle and outskirts of Elite City. Elitopia, in which used to be hideout of King Trent. Wait a minute, there are some decals on it, as it is believed to be something else. Daniel's eCryptor, go investigate the van immediately.
Okay, Trexer, as I to use element of surprise.
Hey, April Fools was just last week. If you've done it to Elite City down south, you can get arrested and spend months in jail plus 1,000 LEO fine.
That is a stupid idea, Daniel. Next time, do not, repeat, do not use the police siren.
I do want to apologize, as I to use other audible next time, however I must note this van. This to be the Sentinels machine, as I do note some citizen who is a Scooby-Doo fan, also esports fan, but unsure for Alftronic City Sentinels or Elite City Sentinels.
Sentinels machine. Daniel, go check out the license plate, inform us if it's other than the Trex Land license plate and driver of the van.
The driver of the van is the male, as I to check the license plate. Driver is originated from outside Trexland. Andrew, come for assistance.
What now, Daniel?
Get in touch of Slacker, Max SD Cryptor from the RDK main HQ immediately. License plate is verified, as I also note the decal on front. He is brother of esports team captain Mickey Daniels visiting Trex City.
Yes, as I am Mark Daniels. Anyhow, you gotta apologize to me on pranking me.
I must not forget on that, as I want to apologize on the usage of the siren, as I to use the other audible next time to get attention like the horn or music.
Apologies accepted.
Max, also Zenzi Cryptor and Trexer needs to confirm on license plate.
Plate being Elitopian license plate, issuance 2024, Elite year EY 1024, Trex year TX.Y24, TDE 2001, HALF-NIATROKANT 1000.4, classic vehicle, type van, issuance from Elite City Office, license plate custom vanity 1, Scooby 69, without spaces. He said he to return back to Elite City, possibly joining with us. Name is Mark Daniels. This is for you, Mark. Why are you visiting Trex City?
Waiting for the Trex friends. Where are they? Hold on, I heard on my pocket mate. Someone needed me.
Yes, as that is me, Mark X Cryptor, Evie, as I heard from my bro Max Zarkshaw from X Gaming. He talked to TrexRace, Kenka and Ilitatina and your brother Shaker from ESN. They need you and the fellows to head to Elite City, Elitopia immediately, as I join with Zenzi Cryptor and Trexer. Zen, you go track the Sentinel mobile. As for you Trexer, Daniel, and Claw, you must report to Elite City within next 30 minutes at 1100 hours at RDK main HQ, as it's very important and high priority but not that urgent. I must head home right away and switch to car, as there is a present in my car to be delivered to Kb.784 to Kanbordee Kb.P that TrexRace gave to me this morning to send to him also for Kanborunions and Kan2000, and the Kanborunions of Kb.784. Then once the presents get delivered, I must board Hyperloop as I to head to Elite City, ElitoPewa for esports match at 012 kbts, 1512 local. TrexRace was already notified of this as he to stay in Kanbordee City but his collegio Kanborcat to be joining. This is Rekikin to master the fireworks for Kanbordee Day at 2000 hours kbts. At RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbordee Unit Division Center HQ.
You should note one of Chub's cars being used to transport two of the RDK Hex Young M and Jessica J in 2021. He no longer drives the car, as that is now in possession of Stephen S. aka Steven Stanzi, Ioniq. He still drives his Ford Escort RS Cosworth as that co-drives the cars with the 1959 Plymouth Fury.
Hydrox, I Skittles you know, he used to drive his third car, now driven by another RDK 3000 TriStar fellow.
Yes, Skittles.
I Sorrow must note, what's the odometer readout?
I tried to get into the said vehicle to obtain the odometer readout but such alarm went off.
This explains push notification on my phone, Hydrox, at 9:12 am, and the PA system playing voice announcement stating to head to my car for car alarm in which used to be Chubby H Cryptor as I have the car for like 1 week as I Stefan S Cryptor must note the odometer readout, 90,000 nitros, 36,000 kilometers. About 42,490 kilometers/kilometros, or 22,370 miles, statute, 19,438 nautical, just shy of double of 10,000 nautical miles on my jet ski.
What is a nautical mile, Ioniq?
1,852 meters, 1.852 kilometers, 4.63 nitros, about 1.151 miles or 6,076 feet and 1 2/5 or 1.4 inches in approximate.
1.85 kilometers? Just shy of 1 1/6 of a mile?
Yes. And a nautical mile per hour is called a knot. That is 1.852 kilometers per hour, 0.514 meters per second, 1.687 feet per second, 1.15 miles per hour, 1.1112 nitros per choi, about 5.25 siometros per trocant or siometras per secant. This is mine goes as fast as 100 knots being over 110 nitros per choi, 185 kilometers per hour, or 525 siometros per trocant. Being top speed of my car in EV operation as it's a plug-in hybrid, PHEV, as the max speed with engine being 1.5 times that.
Yes, Stephen S. Cryptor. this being close to 280 km per hour or over 165 km per choy being within same max speed of my Kasper, the max speed of my outgoing car now your car, 2020 Flex Swifty PHEV, GS Sport. In electric operation is max speed of my 1959 Fury in economical mode using 3 cylinders from the V6 engine.
This being the one restored and modernized in 4th quarter of 2022, EY1022.
Yes, this as it was used when I also the RDK Hex, Uber K Crypto also Casper and Skittles go on outing to Ruger in November 2022.
This is I and the fellows escort to the restaurant with 5 of the locals from Rexar. Now I heard, 2 of the fellows, Daniel Zackstar and Andrew Zackstar, they have since recently moved to Elite City.
Since when, Uber K Crypto?
Just last month on March 17, 2024 in evening in middle of St. Patrick's Day event. This is the diner in Rexar got shut down by the authorities following raid as he was reportedly contributed to acts encouraging the 12 fellows visiting from Kanbordee City who met at Rexar who traveled to Elite City to almost cause harm to Casper and the 4 others but was safely escorted by Raptor and Fera, but ended up with death of 2 children being friends of niece of Mark Z. Crypter's elder cousin Smith R. Zaniels from Sentinel Performance and wife Brittany Zaniels being their sons Rex and Mickey Zaniels being their friends Jennifer Zycro and Mike Utopi on March 13, 2024. The drama in Rexar when the restaurant gets seized leads to arrest and beating of owner of Tronics Diner and Paterons and workers escorted out in civil, calm and orderly manner without incident.
This is I Mark Z. Crypter, Mark Zaniels, Raptor. Must note, my niece Daniel Zaniels and Rex Zaniels recently talked to their friends on subject during recess at Elite City Public General Elementary School. Although it's PA day for today due to the solar eclipse day, no wonder the local school board decided to axe classes for today for public safety issue making it dark during the eclipse as the eclipse occurs around dismissal.
Yes, this is the school board administrators knew they take it seriously on safety as once we dismiss for classes and during after school activities at and after start of Choi 80, 3:12 p.m. as I Daniel Zaniels must note, at that time it's dark as the moon blocks out the sun during the eclipse.
Correct. Daniel as Rex Zaniels note, there is an event at Elite City Observatory to begin after.
You are correct, Rex, as it to begin just shy of 1
o'clock p.m. 1300 hours? This just over 2 hours away, as I Mark Zaniels, Mark Z. Crypter to bring you there at 12:30 as my elder cousin, your father Smith R. Zaniels to come over before 12:55, as for you Corey Z. Crypter, Corey Zanders, you have to report to the Elite City Observatory no later than 1300 hours to cover for RDK TSRT. Alright, Mark Z. Crypter, Mark Zaniels, as I Corey Z. Crypter, Corey Zanders note I to get something for lunch as I to be arriving before 1 p.m. as early as 12:30 maybe earlier after I head to Elito Burgers. Eclipse gathering event at 1300 hours? I Trexer wonder where it gets located?
I Zen Z Crypter must note, located next to Elite City Zoo, near campus premises of Elitopian University. It's indicated by a directional arrows the organizers set up early this morning. It will be broadcast on Elito Smart's television and radio service live from the observatory in which is partly run by Elitopian University and Elito College. Coverage also on Elito News 24 Deck Mill, RDK TV, Jinx 24, Jinx Television, Tronic Diamond Television Service, Kip Hex 24 and others also Trex Vision 4 and other networks in Trex City. Trex Land as coverage is starting now on Core 24 English and Spanish feeds followed by Zeno 24, as path goes through Zenpalaya next.
Whoa, Thunder, Chris Trex Elito. No wonder you are good in the video game in particular. Tronlerin, as you have a high kills deaths ratio in the video game in competition esports.
Yes, Trexy, Chris Trex Elito, as for some reason, Tronican from ASN inadvertently ran over the spike causing it to detonate as some others of ASN tried to defuse, as we lead 1-0 in map score after round 1 in map 1 of Suki already as match score is 0-0 so far. This as we were in attack side, ASN in defensive side. Yes, Thunder, as I shaker note, round 2 about to start as ASN needs to fight back, Elite City Sentinels, go get after Altronic City Sentinels but harder this time.
Anyhow Mickey, Chris, good luck as I to see you once map 1 ends.
on the hour. This is the Underground News Beat.
I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RDE. This is the RDK TSRT 24-hour news beat. In the news.
This as I am checking on Vero television as RDK TV remains on the other television, as I do note subject on news banner, as I must, whoa. The auto sensor. As I heard from Sean Z. Cryptor, 3 topless females who took off esports fan jerseys then their bras as they exposed the breasts on camera near Vero TV booth the BWGT set. Thank God, otherwise the subject offends the squad in diapers. Hydrox, Casper, Bradley, Skittles and Sorrow are at another area of the convention floor with the owners, minus Mark X Cryptor, in which Hydrox is being taken care by his cousin Robert Zarkers, Kan2000. With brother of RDK Gon's Rex X Cryptor in which Rikikan, Stefan A.T. Cryptor, Crystal X Cryptor and Sarah J.D. Cryptor visiting from Kanbordee City, Altronic City, Xenopolis City, and Silver City Kountdown for the weekend as with Kanborunions. On the other side quite a distance away from the Infancy exposure incident. Trexer, Rex Z Cryptor, urgent.
What now, Zen Z Cryptor?
Check on Trex Vision 4.
Already checked, Infancy exposure incident was not shown. Upon RDK TV goes into 24-hour news beat, Trex Vision 4 cuts to news presenter for periodic news update. Heard from Claw, Sean Zilostar, and Robert Zilostar, Trex Vision 4 just went into commercials after news update by host. This is Uzen, head to the area where the squad is at immediately while I check in RDK TV on that television on the outcome of incident.
Okay, Trexer.
This is we learned before we go on air for news update. The 3 female esports fans went behind the
Trexer do note on other TV, Vero, into Claw guidance, the producers have taken action.
Xenopolis City Quartz, Elite City Sentinels and Altronic City Sentinels.
Within the matter of seconds, they took off the jerseys, then after a while took off the bras exposing the breasts in which sets off the ElitoTronics telemedia automatic AI sensor system and rang alarm bells to master control V, in which fades to clock guidance shortly after. As it also sends alarm to Jinx TV producers in which cuts to clock guidance immediately then Xylem cast of Jinx 24. Since BWGT is Xylem cast on Trex Vision 4, KB Gamer Deck and an Altronican television network as they were simulcasting RDK 3000 TriStar television service as always during BWGT airing. We requested the distributors to cut Vero simulcasting RDK TV. What would happen to BWGT? Good thing I have authorization for access to Robert Zilostar's DVR with permission, as I already stopped his DVR recording on today's BWGT airing on RDK TV television service.
Whoa, oh my god. Oh god, we want to viewers of Vero television. I am Chris K. Cryptor, Shakur, Chris Kaistar.
And I am Marky Cryptor, Mark ElitoStar, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at Studio RDE, at RDK 3000 TriStar main headquarters at Elito Square on ElitoTronics Street in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
This is we want to recap what has happened in which toggled the auto sensor system. The 3 female esports fans went behind the BWGT host.
It's a good thing the topless females are just caught. If this occurs in within RBFR, they get oofed, terminated from Blocks Land. If this occurs in Trex Land, either that, or arrest by police including Trex City Metro Police and Trans County Sheriff, or Trans Provincial Police. However within Elitopia within Elite City, or across TDU, Taxico, Webchester, Kanbordee, and others, it's arrest by the cops and jail. We have to pass you a programming alert. I do note, VWGT episode gets terminated, as I learned, distributors even TrexVision4 via Trex Media told Vero through primary distributor RDK TV to axe the show as per special request in compliance to regional broadcast code, as I learned. ElitoGresp has given green light to Xylem cast the esports match on Vero while TrexVision4 to air some motorsport racing from Trex Speedway joined in progress from Xylem cast of Trex Rev, owned by Trex Media.
Ioniq Tramedia Corp, under request by Tronic Diamond Telecommunications Force, told us to tell Vero to axe today's episode of VWGT to prevent further instances of nudity in accordance to Tronic Diamond broadcast law. As for Trex Media Group, in which under order by Bloxy Mod Council for the episode to be terminated on distributor and host network in compliance for adult content and sexual consent.
Today's episode of VWGT Extra on Vero Plus also needed to be preempted as per request by the distributor, as the hosts will be back for tomorrow's show as we learn. VWG2N and VWG2N Extra also to be preempted as well, but for different reason, as ElitoGresp is requesting Vero Television to Xylem cast Game Day Live today then Game Day Live tonight on the said esports matches for today. As for Vero TV viewers, we have to say goodbye.
However, for RDK 3000 TriStar television service viewers, RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz will in fact to be airing earlier than usual, as it to air soon as we to be taking
check the updated show programming lineup at 14:48 start. This is for Vero Game Day Live today on esports match via Xylem cast. I do note Elite City Sentinels take on Trex City Trexies, as I had to visit Elite City from Trex City because of TCT's first esports match in ELG Game Jam involving team outside Elitopia and neighboring Trex land. Replacing Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports since Bogey Duos has since departed RDK 3000 TriStar, in which results in Team RDK ESP to withdraw from this tournament, as I had to assign Trex City Trexies in replacement with Claw. I am Raymond Blake from ElitoGresp, and we welcome to the coverage of Game Day Live today via Xylem cast on Vero, on today's esports matches of Elite City Sentinels and Trex City Trexies and Altronic City Sentinels and Xenopolis City Quartz. As I to be joined by our colleagues shortly, but first we must provide update to the Indency exposure incident in which occurred just not far from us at VWGT booth. The situation has been cleared as the 3 topless females exposing breasts has been escorted out by Elite City Convention Center security, as VWGT episode would have continued but it needed to be cut short as per special request to the distributors in Altronic, Trex Land and Kanbordee in compliance. Whoever done it, thank you, as that channel should be tuned to news/information rather than esports, i.e., RDK 3000 TriStar television service Elite City feed in appreciation of RDK TSRT at 14:48 as it's under commercial break. No problem, Trexer, as I do note, on the advert, the patio at the A6, it's now like similar to Omega Costa. By the way, I am Fera, Corey Z Crypter, Corey Zanders. The OC, by the way, reopened last week, as there are amazing turnout in the reopening as the menu is revamped. Since when? Yesterday. At what time, Fera? At store open hours, Trexer. I do note, the 2 restaurants, also Elito Burgers, Elito Diner, Sports Bar at DG Square Elito Sat, and Altroni Pizza plus Chicken Hut, also the ones in Trex City, Sign Restaurant, Trex Diner, The Cookout, and Trex Burgers are hosting viewing party of 2 esports matches today at 15:12, 8 o'clock Sign and Desi. Also at esports arena section at DG Square Elitosat for watch party at Stroke of Trexie. Correct, Trexer, but not at nightclub, Action Skate Park nor at Trex Water Park, even at wrestling arena section because of EWE Friday Night Smackdown. Elitopian Wrestling. Does it get televised? Yes, as for tonight's EWE Smackdown, at 7 o'clock p.m., 1900 hours on Elito Sports 360 also docs, Channel 2. Mark Zaniels, Mark Z Crypter, Raptor here, Corey, the Trex Friends, Trexies, Zilostars and Slackers and Zenpak are at new area during the convention, Gamer Bar, it's like sports bar, but it's esports bar, as you should escort Trexer there. Okay, Raptor. Trexer, we must escort you to the area Raptor has noted. I Trexer am wondering where that gets located. Follow me, however stay close to us. I also wonder the food it serves there and the quality compared to Trex Burgers, Trex Diner and the Cookout.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Crypter.
And I am Mark E. Crypter, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
Thank goodness it's a medical call, as it occurred outside, as someone needed immediate medical assistance after such unjust act via force with severe impact to car causing damage and severe injuries to personnels.
Yes, as the usher who gets arrested, booted the females out for indecency exposure in which was almost shown on air but was auto-censored by system on Barrow under Elitotronics Telemedia. With distributors demanding Barrow to prematurely end the said show in which would have otherwise covered the gaming convention, leaving only RDK 3000 TriStar television service, Elito News 24 Deck Mill, and Jinx 24 and other networks covering the subject.
Yes, anyhow, the females was kicked out by Usher as he kicked the three fellows out one by one in the butt as they get airborne but rammed into police car for Elite City Metro Police who arrived, in which the police officers arrest the Usher for assault causing bodily harm and destruction of property. The officers were not injured as they were outside police car when incident occur as they were exiting. It's likely to be taken out of service and towed, as I assume damage in thousands of Elitopian Elios.
I, Stephen S. T. Crypter, have since talked to one of the officers. Damage is worth 5,000 Elios with damage to hood, front and roof, windows shattered on the 2019 Flex Jinx PPV. The police car is to be decommissioned from the force and to be towed. The newest police cars to be used in replacement, 2024 Flex HXCR, plug-in hybrid PHEV crossover, PPV police pursuit vehicle. This alongside one other used today, the EV variant with 250 kWh solid-state battery also for police use.
Battery electric police vehicles by the Elite City Metro Police? Is there also one for the National Police Force?
The Elito Police? Yes, as that is the first ones ever used in Elite City Metro, and first in Elitopia using battery electric vehicles and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles for police use. Also for the ambulance using the electric with hydrogen fuel cell range extender.
Iolito Wizard also note, even Elite City Fire Department have the first electric and hybrid diesel-electric fire trucks, some in series hybrid, with support for biodiesel.
Yes, even for Station Kb. At Kanborunions Street once I toured the fire station this morning.
I have since checked the time, nearing 1500 hours here where it's approaching the new Kanbordee as it's 23:58 kbts and 9:40 kbdt. We better catch up on the latest news from Kanbordee, on Kanbordee Centra News.
Which channel is that when on the tour? I Kanbor Leslie note, the international wheeltop Eltotopian one's on channel 36.
Yes, however on Elto Cable, channel 1001 for the domestic version, Kanbornet 1 where it's always within Kanbordean television, call sign KB, KBNO, TV on channel 1, as with select others within Kanbor Telemedia affiliations as the esports matches on Kanbornet 3, channel 6 in Kanbordee City. Channel 1006 on Elite City, on Elto Cable, alongside the competition, channel 20 and channel 6. Bear in mind, channel 6 is Vero Television, it's loosely related to Kanbornet 3 in my terms.
I Kanbor note for news outside of Kanbordee. I do note channel 19 is Elito News 24, Deckmill. Where is the national 24-hour news channel other than KBN24 is KB News 24 Deck under by KBMK and in Alftronic Television, TD News Mill and ATR Newsnet.
KB News 24 Deck International Elta version is on channel 48 with Kanbordee and feed on the sub-channel, the Alftronic and 1 on channel 32.
Yes, this as the TV is tuned to channel 1001, there is an integrated receiver in one of the televisions, which does not require standalone receiver. The ones selling in Eltotopies starting at 350 Elios, about 26,500 Kanbor coins, however only works for Elto Cable. The one selling in Kanbordee for select Kanbordean providers including Kanbor Cable costs starting 27,000 Kanbor coins as I note one at Kanbor Malls. And Kanbor as I note the one costs 64,000 Kanbor coin, 850 Elios. It just went midnight KBTS as the news is on. This is Kanbordee Center News Midnight. I am Mark Kivion over at the studios at Kanbor Telemedia headquarters in Kanbordee City, filling in for Keith Kivion and Melody Terry Elon, who's on assignment. Headlines at midnight. Developing story, fire at historic megachurch cathedral in provincial capital of New Dianzi in mythical prefecture is the most costliest in Kanbordee results in hundreds of millions of Kanbor coins in damage but no injuries. Cause was blamed on unattended wood stove. Morning traffic crash on Sapphire 5 Road in Kanbordee City kills 2 injuries 30 mostly in school bus. Among the dead is the student and motorcycle rider. Prep is underway for the Kanbor football tournament Kanbor year Kb.P 19, 2024, Kb.SDY GRU 2-9 in Kanbordee City, Pearl City, and select others in Kanbor world areas. Elto Troni Diamond Gamer Expo Kb.P 19, Kb.SDY GRU 2-9, 2024, UY1024, TDE 2001, NIATROKANT 1000.4 gets underway in Elite City. Elta Polys with 2 Kanbordee-based esports players for Elite City Sentinels and Altronic City Sentinels to compete against Xenopolis City Courts and Trex City Trexes at 1512 local, 800 KIATROKANTs, 012 KBTS, 005 KBDT in regional esports.
Hey, who just changed the channel on the television?
I do want to apologize, I gotta tune this television to RDK TV since Elito News 24 Deckmill Kanbor Elito Express and Jinx 24 is presenting headline rundown. It is important and urgent.
Breaking news?
No. Weather alert, amber rainfall alert issued for Elite City Metro.
We have a severe weather alert to pass to you off the top. A level 1 rainfall warning has been issued for Elite City Metro and surrounding areas in central eastern Elitopia, including Meritus City. This is Blitz Dinos and Ian Weather Service and Tronic Diamond Weather Force issues weather advisory and alerts for squall and rainfall. For northern Blitz Dinos and IA including Blitz Dinos and Ula, while a special weather statement is issued for western Trex land including Trex City plus southern Ioniq including Iontopolis by the Trex land and Ioniq weather agencies. With headline, gusty showers affecting areas. Up to 40 mm per hour, 24 kilo-nitros per choi, about 1.15 km per kountdown rainfall rate with wind gusts up to 60 km per hour, 36 kilo-nitros per choi, 170 km per trokant is expected.
This along a cold front producing heavy rain and gusty winds with heavier activity towards southern Xenopolia and northern Taxico with severe thunderstorms and risk of tornadoes as severe thunderstorm and tornado watches are in force for parts of southern Xenopolia to northern Taxico along the international border.
This with thunderstorm advisory for Xenopolis City, but severe weather is not expected in the Xenopolian capital. The mentioned weather alerts for the sign zone of Alpha Continent is effective until 1545 RDK ELC, TRC, BZD, Ion. For TDWXF, until 825 kountdowns. MSE is forecasting heavy rain and gusty winds to move into Elite City the next several moments before 15:10 within a dozenal toward esports match start.
Minor flooding is possible but confined to common prone areas but is not expected in the urban areas. Traffic issues are likely, as drivers are urged to slow down, and mandatory use of headlights. It's the law in Elitopia. High beams are not recommended.
Loose objects must be properly secured or brought indoors to mitigate hazard resulting in personal injury, damage, or city. This is violations for driving with headlights off when it's raining in Kanbordee Federation Republic is 2,000 Kanbordee Kanbor coins and fines minimum, toward 5,000.
That is about 25 Elios minimum, toward 65, in which in Elitopia, or what you call as Deltopolis, is 40 Elios first offense, then it's 80, that is 3,000 then 6,000 Kanbor coins plus 2 points on the license.
2 determinant points. Once it reaches certain trace hold, a person loses his driver's license.
Yes, 4 weeks or months, as their license gets suspended for numerous traffic infractions, then points reset once the suspension ends. Anyhow, the Kanborunions, as I heard, have since went to the area to spectate the esports match. As you probably did not know of the Gamer Bar, esports bar, it's like the gamers version of the sports bar Horn Pub, as it have tasty food, as it have televisions tuned to the esports match.
Are they doing introductions at this time, and which channels is those televisions tuned to, and where it's at?
Follow the arrows leading to it. The TVs are tuned to Elito GRESP, some tuned to Alftronic and Kanbordee counterparts. This is I to head back. I must get back to my seat as my friend is setting up the live stream for me on my ElitoTube, sign tune, and for you, Kanbortube channel.
This is I must head to the bar immediately, as I do note from local resident. Note the ZGR logo to the booth, head to it, turn left. This is I hadn't anything to eat yet as I am hungry. I do note, Sentinels Burger, no wonder the ultimate extreme version costs 900 Kanbor coins, 12 Elios, 48 Tronic Diamond Sickles. I do note ultimate is double or triple patty deluxe at Kanbor Burgers for 100 Kanbor coins less, as it comes with fries, salad, or other side, and cola. I wonder if they serves Kanbor cola. If not, then gonna have iced tea, or substitute cola with milkshake.
Sefty signing up. Sefty signal. Sefty radio. Sefty trio. Sefty duo. Sefty enough. Sefty. Sanji Sefty. Sanji Sefty. Sanji Sefty. Sanji radio. Sanji trio.
Attention please. There is a fire alarm going off in the facility. We have determined the cause of this and would advise you to listen for further instructions. Thank you for your cooperation. Attention please. There is a fire alarm going off in the facility. We have determined the cause of this and would advise you to listen for further instructions. Thank you for your cooperation. Attention please. There is a fire alarm going off in the facility. We have determined the cause of this and would advise you to listen for further instructions. Thank you for your cooperation. Attention please. There is a fire alarm going off in the facility. We have determined the cause of this and would advise you to listen for further instructions. Thank you for your cooperation.
¿Puedes ir a la cárcel por esto? Eso va contra la ley. Activar falsas alarmas de incendio de forma deliberada es ilegal y puede resultar en un delito grave. Esto a lo largo de la celebración del feliz mes nuevo en el duodecimal kanbordeano-spineliano en el que se produjeron en el pasado momentos en los que se prohíben actos. Te enfrentarás a años de cárcel y a decenas de miles de líos, elitópicos o pesos tachicanos en multas. El personal de la convención incluso sabe de esto y está llamando a la policía. La policía está en camino, Diego.
You can go to jail for this. That is against the law. Setting off deliberate false fire alarms is illegal and can result in a felony. This over the celebration of Happy New Month on Kanbordee and Spinely and duodecimal in which occurred in the past moments in which acts are prohibited. You will face years in jail and face dozens of thousands of elitopian helios, or taxican pesos in fines. The convention staff even know of this and are calling the police on this. The police are on the way, Diego.
Whoa. Once we head out of Chicken Shack, it has since raining quite hard but not as heavy as in New Apalian, or in southwest Corjotopia, as it's also quite gusty as I checked the weather report, 40 mm/h rainfall rate, and wind gusts to 60 km/h, isolated gusts to 65 to 70, as it's quite unseasonably cool. Once we went in, it was like very warm, 28 degrees Celsius. Now it dropped to the usual average nighttime temperature of 12. Good thing we have our reindeer.
Yes, this is we head to your car, Scott. Anyhow, it's the same temperature at 5:25 a.m. in Elite City as our cousin Brian resides. As I do note, you got a plug-in hybrid PHEV crossover replacing your hatch, 2019 Flex Jinx CXE Hybrid R since weeks.
Yes, this being the 2024 Flex HXCR PHEV, ZRS, Adventure Cross X Blue Turbo E Hybrid RSX with performance package with 2.4-liter turbocharged and supercharged engine, dual clutching, same battery and motor output as with your TRDE FCV crossover but 2 electric motors and all-wheel drive.
I do note, flex fuel gasoline ethanol engine? Did you fill it up with the 85?
It have the said engine, but no, I filled it up with E100.
I note the car pod and the gauges. The PHEV battery is getting low, around 1 km electric range left before it operates as normal hybrid, as the gas tank is full with fuel range of several hundred kilometers as you switched on the engine. As I note, hybrid system is set to eSafe. Our cars have DC fast charging support. Head to the mall in Silver City, at the EV charging station, to prolong the electric range while we shop for things for the Kb.P and May Fest 2024, 987 CJE in over a week's time. No wonder you put it to eco mode, as I do note fuel economy as low as 6 liters per 100 kilometers when engine is on. This is, hold on, must get out my phone, oh boy, our friend Robert Zarkers from Kanbordee City. Robert, are you in New Opaline? No. I am at Kanbordee City. Sadly, the football match for New Opalian and New Smurfetaya is suspended, as I would have arrived to New Opalian but had to stay in Kanbordee City as I am concerned the storms over there may go bad. As it sent severe warning as there's a severe thunderstorm warning for the capital of New Opalian with wind gusts of 100 km/h, hail of 3 centimeters and torrential rain with the risk of a tornado, as the power went out not long ago at the stadium where they compete. Anyhow, to the south of Kanbordee City in adjacent province in southwest Kanbordee with severe thunderstorm watch and a tornado watch, as the tornado watch is a PDS watch, with amber, orange and red severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings, also amber and orange flash flood warnings for a few locales, and yellow flood advisories and yellow thunderstorm advisories. Oh my god. Even a black tornado emergency just issued for parts of Yoshitopolis and Lower Yoshi. This is I learned. Powerful F5 and Canberra tornado index of E, the left meaning 11, Toro 13, tornado is on the ground and wind gusts of 140 km/h and hail of 8 centimeters as storm is moving eastward. This is yellow advisory for rainfall and wind is issued for Kanbordee City.
Tornado emergency for one locale in southwest Kanbordee? Does Kanbordee Federation Republics have tornado sirens? Here in Silver City and across Corjotopia, also most of New Smurfetia including SCHTRORAGDVILLE and Juliet, there are outdoor sirens, but for New Smurfetia, only sound for invasion, air raid or missile drone attack or other forms of attack, some for call to arms, few to warn of tsunami or tropical cyclone, while the Corjotopian sirens warn of any hazard including tsunamis, floods, tornadoes, severe thunderstorm level 3, wildfire, air raid, missile attack, invasion and others.
This in which is part of TD alarm, in which critical alerts also get sent out on television, radio, and mobiles as they do routine tests, as well as emergency warning sirens are also periodically tested as they use the newest electronic sirens that play a different tone, also broadcast voice announcements. Answer to the question, Scott, yes, even Kanbordee Federal Republic have emergency outdoor sirens that warn of hazard you mention, as that also gets used for tests along with the Kb.P TV alert as Kanbordee Federation Republic starts using WPA wireless public alerts on phones and mobiles since earlier in the year. Thank you, Scott. That closely resembles the one in the anime made by Hextapolian production firm that airs on anime TV. Yes, this is I must note. I also got you some gear including your new helmet, as it's a closed face helmet, also goggles, padding, and a suit. How fast does the bike go? Same as with Robert Zarker's motorbike, just shy of 360 km per hour or 220 kN per choi. 1000 km per trokant? Yes, as it's a hybrid gas-electric, with dual clutch, with a 1.0-liter, 999cc 3-cylinder with forced induction, and electric motors, one powering the drivetrain, another in the rear wheel hub and third between engine and transmission that also acts as starter and inverter generator. However, I won't be competing for ESN for the next week due to Golden Week in Nippon, as the 29th being Showa Day, and the following days in May 2024, Constitution Memorial Day on 3rd. Greenery Day on 4th and Children's Day on the 5th, in which corresponds to Taxican holiday of Cinco de Mayo, as Stefan Illitiston told me this morning. Yes, Scott, this is the 4th month of the lunisolar to start on May 8th, and the new sexagenary day on April 30th, as today for here being day 58 of 60, 8/10, Gold Chicken is for Nippon, day 59, 9/11, Water Dog, also HALF-NIATROKANT 1000.5 on May 15th, Star Wars Day on Greenery Day. Kanbordee and National Holiday of Gumball Day on 3rd, Orthodox Easter also on 5th, May Day on the 1st for Hanatalia, also Labor Day for TDU except Elitopia, Hanatalia Day on 9th for Hanatalian Union, and Bank Holidays 20th and 27th. Being 20th being Vista Day for TDU only, and Korhata-P and May Fest in the first half of May. Yes, however, by the way, it's 12 o'clock p.m. on April 27th, 2024, or Rewa 7, Koki 2684, month 3 day 19 on lunisolar. However, in Tokyo and Sistika being Fout 28 and 3:20, at 1 a.m., you go get suited up and put your helmet on. While I to go on my motorbike as we to cruise around Elite City, but we stop first at the sushi bar just around the block for lunch, as we to stop at DG Square Elito Sat. Now, what is the opponent of today's esports match you and your team be competing against, and when does it start? Sharkville Mayhem, as it to occur at 3 o'clock p.m. And which video game and mode? Best of 5, in Tron Roland. Have you heard of it? I must ask first, are you very good in it? Yes. I must note, it's like a Tronified version of the subject, as I do recall the movie Tron Legacy, from the fellas who made Star vs. the Forces of Evil and Beauty and the Beast, and the hit movie film in the 1990s Lion King, plus Star Wars, part owned by Lucasfilm, carried over from 20th Century Fox. Now as 20th Century Studios, Walt Disney Productions, in which it's like a mashup of Tron and Valorant. Good thing I still have the digital download of Tron Legacy and entire Star Wars films on my Pocket Media player, as I am excited on May 4th, may the 4th be with you. Now I must check this television, as I better tune to RDK TV as it's tuned to Vero. This, as I do note on the food bar, shows not only the TSD and Poke date, as I am also a Pokemon fan as well, it shows the date on the Star Wars calendar, based on the Old Republic video game. No wonder they also added the Coruscant Reckoning calendar as well. I am Mark E. Crypter from Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar main headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, ElitoMewa. We are about to wrap up the special presentation in the RDK archive flashback on 10th anniversary for Zwinky Prom 2014, EY1014, TX.Y14 with the shots from the past 10 years in the RDK archive and the encore of Team Elite Today's special back on May 18th. 2014 being the final 2 proms before Zwinky shuts down the following 2 years in 2016, EY1016, TX.Y16. The prom ran from May 15th to the 19th, 2014.
I am Chris K. Crypter. This is we learned earlier in the hour that the Trexland counterpart to be held in the next few days at Trex Blitz Entertainment Center in Trex City, in which opened up earlier in the week, joining with the Elitopian counterpart at Digi Square ElitoZad, also in Kanbordee at Kanbordee City's DigiCon 7 Kanbor-Zad on Gumball Day, May 3, 2024, or 3rd Gumbalon Kb.P 19. This is Elito counterpart 11 days later on May 14, 2024, or Gamma 13, EY1024.
The theme was Sweet Stars Soiree, as it consists of 4 ballrooms in clockwise order from main lobby, Rainbows and Unicorns, Sweet Space, Dreamland and Castle Sky, with the horse carriage used for the Zwinky Prom in 2014 as the one for Elito counterpart for 2024, to be the all-new 2025 Flex Cyberbus, Electric, PHEV, Hybrid, Hydrogen Fuel Cell NEF Cell, to be driven by Elito Diamonds.
In addition to our own, as we take you live to Kanborunions Street in downtown Elite City, as we have the RDK vans to be used for transport the lucky riders who spot one. As the one on the screen is driven by my cousin Ruba K. Crypter, parked at Digi Square ElitoZad parking. However, she is on duty to cover something unrelated, being esports match for Elite City Sentinels versus Sharkville Mayhem.
Code BRD is in force. Vero Television simulcasting RDK 3000 TriStar television service. We want to give a warm welcome to the viewers of Vero. I am Mark E. Crypter and this is Chris K. Crypter from Studio RDE.
That was quite unexpected. We are vigorously investigating on what just happened on Vero's side that resulted in simulcast of RDK TV. As we are in active contact with Vero and BWGT producers along with Elito GRESP, as they at last check was broadcasting live at esports arena section of Digi Square ElitoZad.
Yikes. We just learned that someone has posed some obscene and vulgar gesture while on air. Possibly just for attention, that results in the LTM auto censor, in which the producers cut to clock identities that cannot be shown on television, as they were monitoring the feed for a few moments, as the person even do different offensive gestures in which they have enough as they switch feeds to us. In addition, the fellow's friends has played sex sounds from the esports arena loudspeakers, in which just been stopped even images of naked female at esports arena section monitors, in which cuts to slide just now. Eep. We have to pass you a programming alert.
Today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today needs to prematurely end. This is the BWGT hosts were annoyed enough of the offensive subjects, as they are unfit to cover remainder of today's episode of BWGT. As they need to chill, as tonight's BWG2N to be pre-emptied, as the hosts to be back for tomorrow's show. As BWGT Extra and BWG2N Extra is being pre-emptied for special programming by Elito Sports on EFL Draft 2024.
You should note, Elito wizards since the 9th Elito century had to travel across settlements on a horse and buggy, since the introduction of motorized buggy, in which then become the automobile, upon the turn of the 10th Elito century and 20th century, in which Elito Wizard 9 first drove the automobile, being the one without the hardtop. Then the retractable hardtop counterpart was Elito crafted so he can stay dry from the rain, as that was one of the first cars. Maximum speed tops out at 60 kN per choi, 100 km per hour. It came with a 3-speed manual and 2-speed sub-transmission.
This being the 1910 Elito Motors Mobile 3?
Yes. Since 1955, EY955, Elito Motors merged with the automotive company from Western Elitopia, Shark Motors, to become Flex Motors, and developed this car for Elito Wizard Deck, or 10 being the 1959 Flex Scouter. The car is a custom made in which have the speedometer in Elito numeral in which shows kN per choi, although the common metric system was in widespread use by then, as by the 200th anniversary of the independence, the 1969 Scouter custom was made. The style differs as with the technology toward the 70s, 80s, and 90s toward year 2000 and elite year EY1000, the Elito Millennium, in which the 2000 Scouter was being the special one, as the one is a mild gas-electric hybrid vehicle with rear electric motor powering the rear wheels, as the gasoline engine powers the front with front motor generator that starts the engine and charges battery with 6-speed automatic. This is the first all-wheel drive vehicle.
So this uses the dual motor setup, electric on rear, combustion on front?
Yes, as the engine can shut itself off once coming to a stop to save fuel. The hybrid technology evolves over the years, as with the cars toward the 2010s, even 2020s, as the Scouter becomes the Konix starting in the 2022 model year, as the car, shown here, when Elito Wizard Deck drove it with me in front passenger. Until his death, as I took over the wheel of the said car as he suffered a heart attack, while driving in 2020, EY1020, as I applied the emergency brake and called 888 from my phone, only to learn in later hours that he died. I thought it was the coronavirus, COVID-19, but ended up with a cardiac-related medical emergency, heart problems, due to old age for him, even though the AED was not equipped in the car. This as the AED gets equipped in the car in the following months.
I do note you drive a new car, as the other car you no longer drive gets sold to Elito Diamonds.
Yes, as the car I now drive, the all-new 2025 Flex Konix XSE, PHEV plug-in hybrid Elito Breeze, is the official car of the Elito Wizard, as the 2023 model year is sold via auction for 250,000 Elios to Elito Diamonds.
What is the top speed of the car, engine, and motor?
150 kN per choi, 250 km per hour. It is powered by a 2.0-liter inline-3 turbocharged flex fuel engine with more powerful electric motors and 7-speed dual-clutch auto and CVT combo transverse transmission, all-wheel drive. Battery capacity is up to 32 kWh solid state and supports vehicle-to-load and DC fast charging. It have more power but more efficient as well. This as we go for a drive around Elite City Metro. Make sure you have the seat belt on, as the Elito mobile ignition is on. This as I am turning on the radio.
What is the radio set to?
Elito News Radio 95.3, but I tune to another station after 1500 hours as the motorized drawbridge rig is remotely toggled.
Which to, and where are we heading to?
DG Square Elito Sat, as Lion Jared Raystar told me this morning via telephone. He tells us to head there to check out the one of the prom rooms this afternoon for Elito Prom 2024, EY1024, in which one is almost complete. The radio will be tuned to be 93.1, 93.10 MHz on the FM band, call sign, EL-BEE-FM, owned by Unity Radio Media. choice. This is we to go past bridge of Capitol Street westward. Whoa. Some car speeding over 100 km per choy, 165 kilometers per hour in a 25 kch, 40 kph zone, and the cops. Hold on tight, we better zoom toward subject.
Person jumped out of vehicle into the bush.
Scott, no one in the car?
Yes, Steve.
Whoa. Car just lost control and just went off the road. We must keep a distance.
The airborne car heading to the Breeze Synergy.
Oh my god. Impact.
Oh my god.
Explosion.
It struck Breeze Synergy.
Muster alarm at Breeze Synergy.
What a dramatic explosion.
Emergency.
Upper, mid and lower decks exploded.
Mike Kinders. Muster alarm at Breeze Synergy. She is going down. Alert Rick Treexerson immediately. Radio the authorities now.
Oh gosh, thank you. As I observed the action at the mid-deck, I will alert Rick, the Coast Guard, Fire Department and authorities of it immediately.
Oh my god. Thankfully no one is on board the yacht I operate, as it to be a 1 million Elio loss. The person responsible if done deliberately will face instant karma.
Elitomewa.
18 ElitoMewa. 17 ElitoMewa.
Deco Dozenals.
Follow up to the fellows who done stupid acts on April 27, 2024 after 2:50 p.m. Elite City time at DG Square Elitosat, in which result in VWGT episode getting axed in RDK TSRT Asylum cast on Vero and hackings into Elito Smart's television. They get extradited to Altronic City. As one television network in Altronic City gets shut down for showcasing nudity as it was simulcasting Elito Smart's television, as the Tronic Diamond Court sentences them to death, as they get executed yesterday evening last night Elite City time around 8 o'clock p.m. on April 30th, 2024, in which being midnight UTC May 1st, 2024, just 24 hours toward Happy New Month and Trimester Elito Epsilon EY 1024 and 24 hours after Trex counterpart for Bravo-Trexmester TX.Y 24 and half month toward NIATROKANT 1000.5, as I am excited for it toward mid-May 2024. This is I got the license plate cover during the gaming convention when Trex City Trexies visit Elite City to compete against Elite City Sentinels, as Trexer give me this, in which I bolted it to my car. As I Tronboard and also my elder brother Maverick are heading to the gamer bar in which the facility opened, next to Elito Charge electric vehicle charging station on Kanborunions Street, in which just opened up today. In which was first opened up within Elite City Convention Center during last month's gaming convention.
Yes, Sean, as I Maverick to be treating for dinner as it's nearing 5 o'clock p.m. as there's esports matches to occur at start of Epsilon month.
Well, I am concerned that I am running out of gas, as I am down to 20 kilometers on fuel range left. This is traffic is busy this evening as I have to rush to the gas station as I have to fill up. As I normally fill up with regular unleaded gasoline, as I to use one alternate fuel, ethanol with 15% gasoline blend, as my crossover have flex fuel engine as it can run on 85 or so, as I do note. E85 prices has dropped to like 32 LEO cents per liter. The one at Kanborunions Street, Kia variety is the closest as I am arriving at the one just now. Also to head to the air station next, since one of the tires are quite low on air pressure, as I to fill it up to 280 kilopascals, as I do have my tire pressure gauge at hand. This as I to head indoors to get Z fuel and slushy as well, plus 6-pack of Elito Cola. Mark Zaniels, I must not forget to get something for you on your 30th birthday on May 3rd, 2024. Anyhow, what would you want from me or one of the family members from the Rosakers in my behalf?
You should have, Julian Rasoki art, as I would like the license plate cover for my car, the Raptor Mobile, like the one for your crossover, but for the hockey team Elite City Elitos.
Okay. I to get the one at Delta 6 in which I to head there next, then head to one other adjacent next to Elito Charge.
The esports gamer bar? Elito GR bar?
Yes!
This is I Mark Zaniels, Mark Z Cryptor, also Corey Zanders, Corey Z Cryptor to be heading since Omega Costa is very busy. Yes Raptor, as I Fera to treat him for dinner tonight, as we just clocked out early as we to take day off tomorrow, Friday, and weekend due to Mark's special day. However, we have to take off our RDK uniforms and put on our other clothes. I had to reprogram the DVR for today, as I have learned, thanks to the incident yesterday in which started with issues on Rascord regarding session start failing, but after 4 p.m., it gets fixed when the Trex Synergy gets destroyed, blamed on stupidity, car ramming into yacht with bomb in car, and person who caused a mess at DG Square Litosat and studios of VWGT and PKE. Thank God, new desk gets placed in at PKE at RDK HQ as new desk to be implemented next hour at VWGT studios. And cleanup dealt with at DGSELZ. However, the EWE had to cancel Wednesday night's EWE Smack Raw as per emergency measure due to incident at Wrestling Arena section, also Zen Dome at the time, in which being backup venue gets in use for soccer and Elito Dome and Rex Arena in use for hockey and basketball, as VWGT gets preempted due to soccer match for HFA Champions League semi-final, Bicycle Dynamo and Lasertown FC as per special request, as I do not want to DVR that. Otherwise would have Xylem cast Chronos thanks to damage to studio yesterday at VWGT Studios as Elite City Firestorm takes on Altronic City Ninjas since 2 p.m. as it ends in Firestorm win. However, such interruption similar to the one half a world away yesterday.
Yes, as the match yesterday gets postponed to today at 3 p.m. as that was Silimcast on Elito Sports 3 yesterday ended up broadcasting the encore of last weekend's Autosport race via Silimcast from Elito Speed. Blamed on bees as a bee colony swarmed the top of protective netting behind home plate. As it took over an hour for the beekeeper arrived and was scissor lifted to the swarm as he safely removed the bees and pumped fist to the cheering crowd. As the one at Zen Dome since 3 p.m. involved a flock of birds being Elito Trent Tit Chickadee birds hovering above play arena prior to second half, in which it took like 10 minutes for Elito Wizard and Princess Omega to arrive to deal with the situation with his Elito wand. That is so bizarre. However, after a few moments, situation gets cleared as second half began shortly after.
Yes, Maverick, as the Firestorms win 7-3.
Yes, as I just got back from Zen Dome, there were cheers from the crowd with chants, "Get the tits off." However, refers to the birds and not to the other subject referring to breasts. However, the T word gets auto-censored by Elitotronics telemedia auto-censor system, but only mute the audio portion of the broadcast as they use the other chant, block them off, when Elito Wizard uses his spell. I am Alex T. Cryptor, host for the closing part. We are close to wrapping up part 1 of the series. This is the story would have continued for some time longer, however we learn as of late, in which alarms us, in the prior week or so, in which delayed production, in which forces us to split the series in 2 parts as we needed to upload part 1 as soon as possible to YouTube. This doesn't have nothing to do with the G5 geomagnetic storm early into the weekend of May 11th to 12th. However, the Aurora subject to be mentioned in part 2 when Mark Iazuli and his friends head to the Kasi Dunes for campout as they are Aurora hunters. However, such rainstorm ruined the show in which then the folks ends up storm weather paparazzi as storms got severe to the south of Elite City. This is Mark Iazuli and his friends goes out for storm weather paparazzi to take photographs of the storm and tornadoes. Anyhow, the subject in which alarms us, coming from Casper from Discord. As he mentions subject on Discord user Hamter Lovekuan, as he has since done enough on the subject, however, for obvious reasons. We cannot show the message Hamter said, as it would be extremely distressing to our audience, as she was in a depressed mood, as folks make her to rethink before she goes strikeout, in baseball terms, as she has done it. as it may be 99% certain she gets 3 strikes and a strikeout. However, follow-up message state allegations about her still got worse since 12th. Then later on, she has since apologized for snapping. However, we learn, this is in the previous Discord servers Casper used to run. This is on April 28, 2024. She has done something stupid. She has spammed the group chat, as she has also tried to hack into Casper using the multi-factor authentication attacks, trying to bypass/exploit two-factor authentication, as it's pretty disgusting. Also outrageous, as Casper have no wonders on why he's always in a bad mood. Depressed, suicidal and self-harming. This is he had at one point been hurting himself, luckily just light cuts and bruises, as he even stopped eating for a while, making his skin turn extremely pale and making him feel weak and gutless. It's since more than 10 years since 2014, EY1014, TX.Y14, and he's still being targeted by hackers, stalkers, criminals and bullies online, being an entire decade, and nobody has learned from this, not even Glean passing away and taking his life. As we mention one clip from RDK 3000 TriStar video 2021.10 toward 8th minute, when Ben informs Chubby H. Cryptor of his cousin Glean's death when the Zen crew visits Elite City at that time.
Chubby H. Cryptor, Young M. Cryptor, take note, at 1200 hours today, you two to head to DG Square Litos NYE Central. Jared Race are to do important task for you in appreciation of event tonight. You will have an early lunch.
Thank you, Slacker.
No problem, Max SD Cryptor.
Chubby H. Cryptor, this is your cousin Ben Hansar. No wonder you became a full human. Hey there, Ben, I wonder you became a humanoid furry panda. Anyhow Chubby, I am here to tell you this tragic news. This, as my brother Glean Hansar has passed away.
What?
You should note him in the past several days. He died of kidney failure, also problems to his heart and blood.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is it really true? Yes. Oh dear, it makes me sad. I really miss my best cousin. When did he die? Back on the 17th of September, 2021, in the past 4 days.
What? I, Young M. Cryptor, am wondering what time of day when he died on the 17th?
Midday, 12 noon.
Oh my god. I have to sound alarm, as this needs urgent and immediate attention. Slacker, Max SD Cryptor to sound alarm. Alarm request sent.
Max SD Cryptor.
Oh my god. Brave Zutter P Cryptor. RDK6. We have learned of alarm condition of subject in past night.
This is Hamster has had enough attempting to hack Casper with MFA attack using an exploit or bypasses. Hamster is permanently banned from RDK 3000 TriStar, and of course our 8664 studios as well. This is for you, Hamster, watching this video. If you comment for any reason, the comment will be deleted and you will be blacklisted from communicating on the RDK 3000 TriStar YouTube channel and the secondary channel for our 8664 studios, and you will be permabanned from Trexer's places once it opens up on Roblox. This in addition, Casper is sick of narcissists, fake people, people who talk trash about things then never did, see, feel, hear, touch and experience. Also those who just act tough even though they ain't, as he said that our current generation is brain dead, we can't fix them. Social media has brainwashed and hypnotized kids to their phones 24/7, drawing them into this world of make-believe. No wonder why they can't tell what's real and what's fake anymore. They can't tell what is Hollywood movie magic and reality is. That roughs him off, as people sure like picking on Casper because they have nothing else to do and want to see him fall. This is the Roblox Experience Angel's sensory room, as the experience has been roughed out as per Casper's terms. A game meant for autistic people. Banning people because they don't follow the rules, and yeah. All it took for Casper to get banned from this game is inappropriate attire and saying sorry to the mods. I'm laughing, even though he shouldn't, at the moderators and owners having a mental breakdown, removing the ability to speak or even spawn before reading their strict, full of stupid rules, in which I call it as conditions, and what's worse it that the moderator stalks, follows and watches the player's every move. They purposely made their avatar creepy insane to scare them into agreeing to their terms, otherwise they're banned on the spot. This as they have also banned Casper, his friends, fellows and other people, but thankfully not Trexer, as he stayed out of it, as Casper has known throughout the years because of their preferences, needs, differences and such. The only way that allows players to do appeal a press is going to their dodgy looking Discord server and submitting phone number and email address just to sign up, all to get the message that the subject is valid, as they tell the user not to message or face abuse report filed to the Discord user if he continues. It's stupid how such people and experience still exists on Roblox, and there's so many more just like it too, some of which are associated with age play, not to be mistaken for regression, as well as ones they straight up showcase kinks and fetishes too, as we must note on other subject. The fellow in which targeting Casper, as the fellow responsible, should be reported for not only bullying but also giving a hacker full consent to do damage to the user's computer or device. This, as Casper also said, the platform, it's full of predators, pedophiles, creeps, weirdos, hackers, exploiters and more, also too resource heavy. Most mid-range or lower spec PCs struggle to play on the platform without any lag, stutter or glitching, as Casper sometimes keep being backstabbed, emotionally manipulated, assaulted and bullied on the daily, as he may be unsure how long this will go on for before he can't take anymore. It's sad, but it's true. This is for you Roblox players. Don't ever go play the Experience Angels sensory room, where you could end up facing what I call as unwanted ban by surprise. This as we learn of the Roblox TOS update. The Roblox moderation may shut down games as whole who abuse or lack moderation. As we in Trexer are considering to report the experience to Roblox with link to YouTube video in which Casper shared with us. This, however, in case you didn't notice. We cycle through the scenes in the metro cams of action leading to the countdown to Tronic Diamond new HALF-NIATROKANT of NTS 1000.5, as that also to be mentioned in the second half, as with text on the slides of the 2024 season Call of Duty League Major III tournament in esports to occur starting on May 16, 2024, with first match at 13:30 RDK time, and final day on Sunday, May 19, 2024, with the finals at 1800 hours RDK time, in reality also Eastern time, where the host city hosts the event in reality, by the Ultras, at the Mattamy Athletic Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, powered by Canadian telecommunications provider, Bell. This to be a LAN esports competition in-person event. This is it to kickoff day after the kickoff of NIATROKANT 1000.5 and is per day of video upload. In the next 2 days, as there's the mid-season madness in the RDK fictional, but we discuss it in part 2 as we give a clue. To be a blitz in the Hex Heretics and the AO Sentinels toward NTS 1000.5, as we have to wrap it up for part 1. As stated in the opener, we must remind that requests on sensitive and distressing subjects are disallowed. Due to such acts, we no longer request or include subjective topics after concerns of violence, dangerous acts, and due to respect, as those who request such scenes in question may get rejected or gets unlisted/age restricted. For inquiries concerning this, get in touch of us. If you are new to the channel, do not hesitate to subscribe and click on the bell. Also, don't forget to like, favorite, add to your playlists and share. If you need to get in touch of us, refer to the following slides. If you have any thoughts on the contents of the video presentation, have your say in the comments section. Those who spam, leave nasty remarks, or objectionable, lewd, abusive, sensitive or distressing or otherwise objectionable content in the comments section will get their comments deleted. Those who continue may get sanctioned. Unless otherwise stated, this is a work of fiction. Additional credits, follow-up and updates if needed to be in video description area below. Media belongs to respective owners, no infringement is intended. Any utilization, reproduction and or distribution of work by RDK 3000 TriStar in part or in whole, unless used in any review or editorial use, without permission is prohibited. CR 2024 Elite Year EY1024 Trex Year TX.Y24 EMS89 Millennial EMS 374.1 Elite Cycle 127 TDE 2001 Niatrokant 1000.4 to 1000.5 RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. All rights reserved. Date of video render, Tuesday, May 14, 2024, Nilitas Epsilon 13th, EY1024, Elite Day 134, Pentita Septatsi Kenka Day Bravo Prirex 15th, TX.Y24, Viatrican 100,000 and 49 9's Day X Day Epsilon 13th, TDE 2001 Day 134, 1,499 Niatrokants TDCX on this new HALF-NIATROKANT's Eve. As we finish with the shot from Elite City outside of RDK main HQ, as we want to wish our viewers a splendid new Niatrokant of NTS 1000.5, as we have to say goodbye. I am Alex T. Cryptor, Elito 2000, saying goodbye as we see you in part 2, by the way will be in video description when available.
15 Kanbordee Ion minutes, or 5 deci units.
I am Venus, Daniel ETX Crypto, not to mention alongside the new HALF-NIATROKANT. We also wish our Canadian viewers a happy Victoria Day on May 20th, and American viewers a splendid Memorial Day on May 27th. Kanbor-784 content used in this video provided by Kanbor-784 production under by Kanbor Independent Production. Roblox scenes used in this video presentation provided by R8664 Studios. Zwinky Prom 2014 Flashback embedded with Team Elite Video 2014.15 produced by Team Elite Enterprises Production and presented for RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions. Before we go, we want to reaffirm on the subject 10 years ago that the TEL have severed ties with GameChat Forum and Wiki because of Chaps United, and most GameChat formers left the forums in protest to a respected user that gets banned by forum moderator over rant on breasts on the GameChat videos regarding breasts in games, in which result in forum members of GameChat banned, including some of the Chaps United members, as Chaps United ran its own forum. As the GameChat blacklist carries on to RDK 3000 TriStar as for 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24. We go one step further and ban GameChat from the RDK 3000 TriStar YouTube channel and R8664 Studios YouTube channel indefinitely, and unsubscribe and block their channel and social handles. We used to be part of the Chaps United community, but in later years we have departed from the forum and community. I am Venus, Daniel ETX Crypto, as we see you in another video, and happy new HALF-NIATROKANT of NTS 1000.5. Goodbye. The preceding video was a presentation of RDK VSPA presentation of RDK VSP. This has been an RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio production presentation.